Shalom, welcome to A Faithful Life. My name is Amuna Yisrael, and I just want to keep it real today with you guys. I am pooped, but nothing revives me or energizes me like the word of the Most High. So this is the Proverbs Challenge day number 18. So let's grow and get some gem juice for today. So I'm going to go ahead and start at verse 17. He that is first in his own cause seem just, but his neighbor come and search him out. I say that again. He that is first in his own cause seem just. You ever been on the phone or got a phone call, or you were the one who made the phone call, and you won't believe what such and such did, and the next person on the phone is like, what? Say what? I can't believe them, and if that was me, I would have said such and such and such. And the way we're going to tell the story, because it's kind of like human nature, you're going to tell the story to make the other person look like the villain, and you look like the superhero. And so what we're doing is trying to jockey for allies, and the scripture says here, he that is first in his own cause seem just, but his neighbor come and search him out. So if you be that neighbor, or you be the person listening on the other end of the phone, don't just, I know it's hard for us, especially if they're our friends, to jump to conclusion, especially if the person who we're talking about has a bad rap already. It's easy to say, yes, I'm sure you did it. But here it says that the neighbor's going to come and search it out and find out if it is that we're looking for resolution in the community, or if we're looking to squash some beef. Yeah, definitely. If they're just saying, such and such did such and such to me, but if we're looking for some kind of judgment, or we're looking for some kind of resolution, then definitely we're going to need to search out the matter. Because again, the first one to tell the story, they always say there's three sides to the story: your side, my side, and the truth. So if we want to be just, this is definitely something to live by, to really, and people have gotten mad with me. They're like, whose side are you on? Because I'm like, start asking questions for the other person who's not there. And oftentimes when we're just trying to get out what we're trying to get out, nobody wants to hear all of that. 16 says, a man's gift make room for him and bring him before great men. And this one stuck with me from a long time ago. A long time ago I read this. A man's gift make great room for him. When you discover your purpose in life, and you hone that gift and ability that the Creator has given you to serve Him, and you do it for the joy and the love of it, eventually it will make room for you. This scripture says a man's gift makes room for him and bring him before great men. Because sometimes, put my hand up, I'm guilty. When I was younger, the creative mind and the ability, but I wasn't ready yet, but you couldn't have told me that. But I wouldn't stop trying though. And as I continue to try and continue to grow and continue to fail, and the gift begins to be honed and perfected and worked over, I'm beginning to see now that this scripture is 100% true. And for those young ones out there, take your time, find out what it is, and begin to practice. Even the best of musicians, the best artists, the best basketball players, still gotta practice. We're still gonna have bad days, we're still gonna have good days, but eventually, if it be the will of the Most High, and that's what He has for you, you will get to places that you wouldn't imagine that you would be. So I want to say this one is one that's dear to me indeed, as I'm still honing and discovering what the Most High has for me. The last one, because today is the 6th day Yom Shishi, I'm about to get ready for Shabbat and make some food. Whoso find a wife, find a good thing and obtain favor from the Most High. I know that a lot of women is going to be like, put your hands up in this one, because I see this kind of scriptures all the time, and this is what, as women, we tend to go towards the one that represents us somehow. So, a lot of people probably will pull this one out. Whosoever find a wife, find a good thing and obtain favor from the Most High. I just want to say, and I know some people are going to be mad, for the fellas, it's talking to the fellas. Whoso find a wife, find a good thing. It's talking to the anashim. It's talking to the men. Sometimes the women find you, and then it's not such a good thing. Sometimes the women search you out, and it's not such a good thing. Sometimes you find a woman, but you don't find a wife, and that also is not such a good thing. But it says here, he who finds, let me see if I can read it in the Hebrew, Isha. Isha is the word for wife in Hebrew. It's also the word for woman in Hebrew. But in the beginning, when the Most High said it's not good for me to be alone, and He shall make a helpmate, and then when He brought her to us, that's what it was called. She was called Isha. I just wanted to say that basically not every woman is a wife, and to the ladies, not all of us are, not to say that we can't be, but realistically, not all of us are wife material. Don't throw tomatoes at the screen. Don't be mad. This is about growing and elevation. If it is that we want to be a wife, we first have to know what wife material is. In the Caribbean culture, they have something called wife material. Don't throw tomatoes at the screen. I'm just being real. I know some people might get upset. Wife material means, just like we read in a few scriptures ago, a wise woman builds up her house and the foolish tears it down with her hands. Wife material is not in the streets all day. Wife material is not just cocking up and eating bonbons. Wife material is able to build up the interior of the house, in turn to build up the children and the husband. Not everybody's gonna be Betty Ross or Betty Crocker. Betty Ross is the one who sold the I think the flag. Not everybody's gonna be the boom, seamstress. And maybe not everybody's gonna be, like I said, Betty Crocker or the girls who, could cook some big, huge thing. But it is necessary to have these skills. Even to stitch a little hole that went in the sock, to stitch it up. Or to stitch something, you know what I'm saying? That when we eat the food, or when the family eats the food, when mommy turns around, they're not like, oh, chill, why did mommy cook this today? This is what is just basic skills. In the same way that we expect for the husband, this stuff is gone. But back in the day, you need to know how to do basic stuff. Like, something breaks, you know how to fix it to a certain degree. You know how to, before then it wasn't the car, but you have to know we need basic skills. So wife material, he who finds a wife, not just a woman with a badunk and all of this stuff like this, not just a woman who when she goes out into the street she knows how to look good. No, he says, because a lot of us thinks, yes, I found somebody, but it's not a good thing. It becomes a heartache, a headache, and then you're looking around like, how do I get up out of this? And then now we get into a problem. So definitely let us elevate ourselves to acquire these skills, because it is that otherwise we're just going to spend our money outside of the home. Let us learn to acquire these skills. There's so many resources out there. If we don't know the basics of sewing, stitching, let's learn. If we don't know the basics of cooking, I mean, come on, there's no excuse today. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things that we should apply ourselves to, so that we could one day be a good thing. And if we're not a good thing, we can elevate to become a good thing. First for ourselves and to fulfill our purpose, and in extension, we give it to the family. So with that, I know, let me wipe my screen off from the ladies that's throwing the tomatoes at me. I said it. Yes, let us learn. Let's teach our children and our girls young. Teach them young. Teach them young. Teach them how to sweep, how to mop. No, they're not Cinderella, but they must know how to clean their house. Teach them how to wash dishes young. If they know more about Facebook and Twitter than they know about dishwashing and soap, that's a problem. Teach them how to wash out their underwear. I said it again. Ladies, I'm sorry, fellas, close your ears. Teach them how to manage themselves and carry themselves. Or maybe this might be the Caribbean in me. I'm just saying. Teach them how to tidy themselves, and when you go outside that you don't have an odor, and when you go outside you're presentable and your clothes are ironed, and all of these things that somebody goes to your house and they won't be like, oh no, child, I won't even drink a glass of water. I'm just saying. Anyway, this has been A Faithful Life. My name is F.I.Y.A, and if you haven't, please subscribe here, and you can check out videos 1 through, what's today? Today's 18, so 1 through 17 here. And have a blessed day. Shalom.